Hello friends, welcome to Gikku Diaries YouTube channel to look at the latest qualifiers from the first round for the Super 8 in the ongoing ICC Men's T20 World Cup. As predicted in this channel, Gikku Diaries YouTube channel previously, England became the second team from Group B to join Australia from that group in the Super 8 and complete Group 2 alongside United States of America, the hosts West Indies and South Africa. So the two co-hosts of this tournament, USA and the West Indies, are in the same group in the Super 8. Within a few hours of the India versus Canada last Group A match being abandoned without a ball being bowled, the third consecutive match at this venue, Lauderhill in Florida, that was a total disappointment in terms of not a single ball being bowled and even toss not taking place. It seemed to be going the same direction in Antigua in the most crucial England versus Namibia match. Yes, it did rain in Antigua even at the scheduled start of 10:30 p.m. on Saturday Indian Standard Time. The toss was delayed. There were puddles of water on the ground. It was in stark contrast to Lauderhill, where there was no rain, but due to the showers from the previous couple of days, the outfield was wet and it was one section of the outfield that was soggy, and despite the use of giant dryers, the umpires had to decide to call off the match, and so India and Canada took a point each, much to the disappointment of the supporters who thronged the stadium in large number. It is surprising why a global event as the World Cup, during the time when rains are expected in the region, there were no provisions for the entire stadium to be covered. When certain grounds in other parts of the world can do it, why not in the World Cup? It was fantastic effort on the part of the Sri Lankan cricket last year during the Asia Cup that they covered the entire ground to make as much play as possible when the rains didn't pour. Even when it seemed that England-Namibia game would be a washout, the ground was readied. Initially, a 11 overs a side match was to take place, but a short shower during the England innings after play began reduced it to a 10 overs a side affair. Whatever the reduction of overs, you only needed a minimum of 5 overs to get an outright result. England needed to win in advance to Super 8. Being the defending champions, it would have been a shame had England not won, or even if there was no play possible due to rain. England did all the things right, put in to bat, they put up enough runs on the board, kept their scoring rate high that they made 122 for 5 in their 10 overs, with Harry Brook top scoring with 47 and useful contributions from Johnny Bairstow and Moeen with even Liam Livingstone scoring a quick 11 in just 4 deliveries. Namibia needed a DRS revised total of 126 in 10 overs and could make only 84 for 3 to leave England victors by 41 runs and give them their second win and take their tally to 5 points. They received 1 point from their abandoned match against Scotland earlier in the league. All eyes were on the Australia versus Scotland match in St. Lucia, a 6 a.m. start IST on Sunday. It assumed even more significance after Josh Hazlewood, the Australian pacer, commented to the extent of manipulating the result or the net run rate so as to keep England out if that suited Australia. And the only way to keep England out was for Scotland to win. Scotland went about scoring big and put up 180 for 5, with Australia missing 3 chances in the outfield, and it was looked, that is, the match was looked with suspicion, even if you can't help it, especially in the wake of Josh Hazlewood's comments. How much ever well Scotland batted, and with Brandon McCullum leading the way with a 34 ball 60 that included 6 sixes, and how much ever hard the Australian bowlers tried to restrict Scotland, there would always be that hint of suspicion. And for Australia to remove any such suspicion, they had to win the match, and there was no two ways about it. And when Australia did by 5 wickets with half centuries from Travis Head and man of the match Marcus Stoinis, while Tim David ensured Australia crossed the line in the last over. Scotland tried well, but Australia were much better, and Hazlewood would have heaved a sigh of relief after shooting his mouth off. So looking at Group 2 in the Super 8 with the two co-hosts, USA and the West Indies, joined by England and South Africa. The two teams I strongly feel that will enter the semi-finals are the defending champions England and the co-hosts West Indies. USA, surprise package, will gain experience by playing against the full member nations. They will get to play at least 3 matches, and if they pull off a surprise result or 2, you never know, they can be the semi-finals. They have nothing to lose anyway. But South Africa, I feel, are lucky to be in the Super 8, winning a couple of narrow matches and their batsmen not clicking consistently. With the Super 8 matches all to be played in the West Indies, where the pitches are expected to be slow and the spinners will come to play a major role, South Africa will run into the likes of wicket-taking bowler, leg spinner Adil Rashid and a few other bowlers from the England lineup. They will run into Gudakesh Moti and Akel Hussain of the West Indies, who have been among the wickets recently. And West Indies know their own conditions and have players in form to do the job. And of course, England, a rejuvenated side after making it to the Super 8 at the last minute. So West Indies and England are my two teams to go to Super 8, rather go to the semi-finals from Super 8 from Group 2. Alright, we'll look at Group 1 teams in the Super 8 after the more important Bangladesh-Nepal tie that will be held in a few hours from now, which is a 6 a.m. start on Monday. So until then, thanks for watching. See you again soon. Take care and stay safe. Bye-bye.